Hey everyone, it's Derek from At the Edge of the Woods, and in this week's video we're working on expanding our duck yard. So we moved the runner ducks outside and had them living in a small fenced-in area next to the run that we built. However, it's time for the cayuga ducks to move from the garage outside as well, and we did not feel that there was enough space for all 5 ducks to live in that little fenced-in area. So learning from our mistakes from the chicken wire and electrifiable fence, this time we decided to go with the 3-foot tall half-inch hardware cloth. This fence is much easier to roll and unroll and just takes some T-posts in the ground. So we established that we're going to keep them kind of in this whole garden area, so when we look out our front window, it's really easy to see them and keep an eye on them and watch them play in the water and kind of run through the yard. So it did take putting some T-posts in just to make sure that we had a nice border. And the ducks, unlike chickens, they don't really hop over or try and fly over any of our fence. So the 3-foot tall is plenty tall enough, and we've had no issues so far. So we got a 100-foot roll, which was more than enough to cover this area, and it worked out pretty well. So we used T-posts, and then we have this red, T-post smasher thing. I don't even know what it's called, but it pounds the T-posts into the ground, and then we just run the hardware cloth along it and use some zip ties to attach it, and it works out well. So we've got a few different spots we can get into the duck yard area with a wheelbarrow or a cart so that we can continue to manage and garden in this area without worrying about not having access. And then in this gate area where we walk through most of the time, we actually just put some white wire trellis on its side. It's about 1.5 feet or 2 feet tall. Super easy for us to step over and get into the duck yard, and tall enough that they don't try to jump over it, and so it makes it really easy for us to get in and out of here. So towards the end of the video, we'll bring the cayugas out and get the ducks intermingling. With this much open space, the ducks did seem to have a better time getting along. When we had them in the garage, we did attempt to integrate them, but the runner ducks really just kind of picked on the cayugas. There was quite a size difference at the time. Now, we are putting them together, but the runner ducks are still 3 weeks older. However, the size difference isn't as noticeable. So I think the cayugas are able to more easily hold their own, and even after just one night, they all seem to get along fine now. And they spend all their time commingling and not having any issues. So it was something we were worried about, as we had read online that integrating ducks can be much more of a challenge than integrating chickens, just because ducks take a little bit longer to get used to each other. But in our case, the ducks melded together pretty easily after one night. So maybe we were lucky, or maybe it was just because they had been familiar with each other in the garage already. So anyway, we're going to keep putting this together here, and I think after learning from the chicken wire fence that was electrifiable that we ended up returning, we're going to take this same idea and apply the hardware cloth fence over in the chicken area so that they can have some more space too. We always start out thinking that whatever we build for the animals is enough, and then shortly after we think that, well, we should give them some more space. And really with the ducks, one of our goals was to have them be available for the garden so that they can eat some of the slugs, snails, and other pests that have been eating a lot of the plants that Cindy's been working really hard to grow. So the ducks kind of serve a dual purpose there. They're going to help keep the garden pest-free, or more pest-free than we could, and then eventually, hopefully later this year or early next year, they'll start laying eggs. And so we should be getting roughly 100 to 200 eggs per duck per year. So we'll see if that actually works out, and we'll have more videos about that when it starts happening. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy watching Cindy and I put this together, and then towards the end, seeing the ducks kind of have a good time. Thanks, everyone. from our corner at the edge of the woods, thanks for watching. If you like this visit, please like, subscribe, and consider leaving a comment. Even leaving a heart helps our little forest keep growing.